afternoon and welcome to Bena Midday News coming to you live from Benap House, Atomic Junction, Medina. I'm Khadija Kubra Kayla, and coming up this afternoon, Ghana Health Service outlines safety guidelines to cope with harsh weather conditions, and NCA shut down 4 radio stations in Boku over security reasons. And in politics this afternoon, Mahama chastises government for slow pace of development in new regions. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Bena TV. We'll be back shortly with details of the stories. Released, the Ghana Health Service underscored that Ghana Health Service underscored the importance of public awareness, particularly among individuals with conditions like asthma and chronic respiratory issues.
The advisory urged such individuals to exercise caution in light of the compromised air quality and dusty environment, recommending the use of protective gear to shield against potential health risks. Among the recommended precautions, the Ghana Health Service emphasized the necessity to curtail outdoor activities, particularly for vulnerable demographics such as children and the elderly. Additionally, the release suggested the adoption of face masks as a preventive measure to minimize exposure to dust. Staying well hydrated was also highlighted, with a recommendation to consume ample water throughout the day. The press release concluded with an assurance from the Ghana Health Service affirming its commitment to diligently identify and respond promptly to any potential outbreaks during the ongoing period of challenging weather conditions and beyond.
Away from health, the acting vice Chancellor of the University of Media, Arts and Communications, Professor Eric Opoku-Mensah, has urged newly admitted students to embrace a spirit of curiosity and creativity. He made these remarks at the university's second matriculation ceremony held on Friday, 23rd of February at the South Legon campus of the university. The ceremony combined physical presence with virtual participation in a colorful event that exemplified the university's growth agenda.
Mr. Blakwa has pointed out that Parliament had approved 100 million Ghana cedis for goods and services and 50 million Ghana cedis for capital expenditure for the 2024 expenditure by the Ministry of Youth and Sports on the 13th African Games. However, he criticized President Akufo-Addo's decision to unilaterally increase the approved amount by more than 6 times, from 100 million Ghana cedis to 602 million Ghana cedis for non-capital expenditure. Additionally, Mr. Blakwa has raised concerns about the methods used to raise funds, particularly targeting state-owned enterprises such as GNPC, Ghana Gas, Bust and Gol, as well as private companies such as Macdan, Zoom Lion, Modec and Cosmos, which are known for executing substantial government contracts. To address these concerns, Mr. Blakwa disclosed that the Minority Caucus in Parliament, led by Dr. Kaisel Atuba Forson, intends to seek Speaker Gbagben's approval to summon Sports Minister Mustafa Yusuf. The aim is to address concerns regarding the alleged unlawful, ostentatious and unconscionable 48 million US dollars, that is 602 million Ghana cedis budget for operational expenses, which Mr. Blakwa argues undermines the authority of Parliament.
Meanwhile, the National Communications Authority has shut down 4 radio stations in Boku for national security reasons. The shutdown followed the recommendation of the Upper East Regional Security Council and on the advice of the Ministry of National Security that the operations of the said FM stations and the incendiary utterances of their panelists and presenters have contributed to escalation of the Boku conflict, leading to loss of lives and property in Boku and its environs.
Explaining their action in a statement issued on Saturday, February 24th, the authorities said that the move was necessitated upon the recommendation and advice of the Upper East Regional Secretary Council and the National Secretary Ministry. The statement added that the operations of the said FM stations and the incendiary utterances of their panelists, presenters have contributed to the escalation of the Boko conflict, leading to the loss of lives and property in Boko and its environs. The NCA promised to liaise with all relevant stakeholders to execute its mandate as set out by law, adding that stakeholders adhere to the tenets and regulations governing the communications industry.
And in politics, flag bearer of the National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, says the 6 new regions created by the Nana Akufo-Addo government exist only in name, criticizing the government's lack of commitment towards developing the regions. He expresses disappointment, saying the expected development which form the basis for the creation of these regions has yet to be materialized.
During a meeting with the traditional authorities at the Japa Palace, John Mahama made a solemn promise to prioritize the development of the new regions if elected. He highlighted his disappointment in the government's decision to discontinue the Damango water project. Mahama emphasized the importance of tangible development initiatives in the newly elected regions and pledged his commitment to ensuring their progress if given the opportunity to lead. The Building Ghana tour of the NDC aims to take the concerns of the public to feed into the party manifesto for the upcoming election. The tour of the Savannah region made its first stop at the Japa Palace, where there was a meeting with the Yabonra and the Savannah Regional House of Chiefs.
Before we left office, we took a loan agreement to Parliament to create a water supply project for Damango. Our friends opposite opposed it and said that they will be coming into government. They are sure they will win the election. And that when they win, they will come and do the water project. For 8 years now, the people of Damango are thirsty. You don't have water to drink. What amount of money is better than having your own water supply system that will make sure that you get good water to drink? If you go to the hospital today, the majority of cases are typhoid cases, and that is because of polluted water. If not for Galus, who's brought a water tanker, and is supplying clean drinking water from place to place, most of us would have been in hospital today. It is easy to create a region, but a region must have certain things to be called a region. The 6 regions that were created, they were created just in name. But the things that should go so that when you enter the region, you know this is a region, are still not there. And I can assure you that not only for Savannah region, but for all the 6 newly created regions, if NDC comes into power, the things that you need to be called regions, we will make sure that we provide them.
In a speech read on his behalf, Yabonra bin Kunuta Jewu Swali II admonished the former president to seek to lead with issues of underdevelopment, poverty, and unemployment among the youth.
Your Excellency, you are very much familiar with the problems of the people. I dare say that 3 problems come immediately for mention. The first of them being poverty, general poverty, countrywide poverty, followed by youth unemployment, and finally by underemployment, particularly in the public service. These 3 problems, I beg to state, should be given due attention when you come back to power. As a father, I will entreat you to take very keen interest in bridging the gap that exists between the North and the South when you are given the opportunity once again to occupy the seat of the presidency. It is only when you are able to achieve this that posterity will be kind with you. Your decision should reflect a commitment to social justice and well-being of all citizens. Strive to create an environment where every citizen, regardless of their ethnicity, religion, or gender,
and in sports, Dream FC has taken a step towards reaching the knockout stage of the CAF Confederation Cup in their debut season with a hard-fought win over Club African. The Ghanaian FA Cup Championship defeated their Tunisian counterparts by a goal to nil, putting them top of the group standings going into the final rounds of matches.
Teenage sensation Abdel Aziz Issa set up Godfred Eto'o-Ahene to score the only goal in the 50th minute of an even-matched game. Despite their best efforts, Club African were unable to find an equalizer and Dreams FC held on for a valuable win. With the victory, Dreams FC became the first Ghanaian club to win all three games in a single group stage of the CAF Confederation Cup. The win puts Dreams FC atop the group standings with 12 points, followed by Club African and Rivers United with 9 points each. However, Dreams FC still has work to do to ensure qualification. They need a draw or a one-goal loss against Rivers United in their final game to progress. It's been an impressive run for the Dream FC in their first CAF Confederation Cup appearance, and they'll aim to seal their spots in the knockout stages with a positive result in their final group game.
And this will end our midday news. I'm Khadija Kubra Kayla, and have a